etc., etc. I love you, Tirte. Hugs to you too, Mazam. You're awesome. And don't let anyone make you question it, because we all know it, and I know you know it. Welcome everybody. Let's jump into our second semifinals for this tournament. After this, we're going to jump into our finals with none other than Blink, who has moved on through the brackets into the finals. His competitor will be either BCNcheddaR, spawning at the bottom left as the red Protoss, and at the top right we are going to see none other than Spring has sprung sexual as the purple Nurple, the Terran player. Moving on out. And if you don't mind, I need to send Tirte another hug. Got him. Oh baby. Alrighty. Pylon hugging the Nexus, because the Nexus can get lonely. Here's how it works. Okay, so there's a Nexus, right? And there's this dude in the Nexus, right? And, you know, all day, you know, the worker probes are getting money and they're dropping it off at the dude in the Nexus, right? But they're working, you know, they're not stopping by to say hello or anything. They're just, you know, doing their job, you know, trying to get as much done before their shift is over. You know, so it's not like they're best buddies or anything. This guy gets a little lonely. And so one of the probes decides to make a pylon with another dude inside it. And when he makes it right next to Nexus, that means they both can hang out together and be buddies. And he's like, hey, what's going on? Nothing, dog. Cool. Ready to work today? Yep, yeah, buddy. It makes for a better family thing going on. Alright, so we do see the gas down before the barracks. And the second racks as well going down here. BCNcheddaR may be dealing with some early game shenanigans going down. We're gonna find out the hard way. However, this little probe looks like he is gonna be able to scout this without much trouble here. He can just scoot and shoot right beyond the mariner, as we don't see any wall, any effort to make a wall there. Oh, and he isn't gonna scoot and shoot right beyond the mariner. He is gonna lose the probe. But he does get vision of the Marine, just waiting for him, and we are gonna see a tech lab going down, as we are gonna see 2 racks. Orbital is gonna finish. Let's get another time mark here. Orbital finishes just about when the tech lab finishes. I like it. I like it a lot. Right now we are 19 out of 19, so he is gonna be a bit supply block. No, where's that supply depot? Oh, he just finished it, I guess. All right, we're good. We're good. So right now, BCNcheddaR might not know it quite yet, but he's got to be on the defensive here from this aggression that is going to be coming. It's coming for you. Concussive shells is the pick of choice. So we do see the queued up Mariner and Marauder. There's a naked guy in this building, and there's also a naked dude in this building. It's good that the bunkers aren't it's good that this one isn't turned around, because if it was, ooh, we see SCVs coming off for this all in. If this barracks was turned around to face this one, then there would be 2 naked dudes kind of peering at each other while they're getting dressed. It'd be kind of awkward. Just wanted to point that out there. They did that for a reason, you know. I don't want the naked dudes just staring at each other. It's kind of rude. Kind of rude to stare at people when they're getting dressed. It's all for a reason, guys. Alrighty, will BCNcheddaR be able to hold this off? We do see 3 Stalkers, 1 Zealot, 1 Gateway, and a Sentry on his way. Really, just what is he doing? Alright, so we're gonna find out the hard way. BCNcheddaR moving on out. The Sentry, not sure if it's gonna be in time. All the units need to get here. 5 minutes and 50, just about 6 minutes into the game. And it looks like this 2 rack shenanigans is getting pushed back. And this was held with one gateway. 1 gateway, and I assume Chrono Boost. Composition of choice to beat that, to hold back that 2 racks. There's 3 Stalkers and a Zealot, and then a Sentry coming out right at the end, right as the engagement hit, and we do see the fast expansion going down here. This expansion about 75% done, this one about 25% done. And another additional racks is being added, and we'll see BCNcheddaR's gonna accidentally overextend himself. He does, the concussive shell upgrade is activated, which means these stalkers cannot run away too fast once they're hit with it. Does lose one stalker, does see the bunker. Most likely can safely assume that the expansion is being taken just by the placement of that bunker and by the placement of those units protecting the choke point. The Rex is down. No second gas going down quite yet, as the orbital is moving on out. Ooh, clothes shopping. I rarely go clothes shopping, but when I do, it's awesome. I like it. But I don't do it very much, but when I do, if I can get something really cheap that feels really good on my body, it makes me feel really happy. That's like the double whammy right there. Factory is a-coming, but still we're not seeing the second gas going down. Very interesting from Spring here. Getting as much cash as he can. See how many tech labs we have. 2 tech lab, 1 reactor. Now we are starting to build 2 supply depots at a time. BCNcheddaR grabbing his gases relatively early for his natural here. See what tech choice we are. Of course will be the Colossus. A little interesting. He doesn't know about this second tech lab going down. So if he could possibly get caught out of position and the Colossus sniped. Of course we hope that doesn't happen. Are we going to see the double forge going down? 1 forge after... Oh, yep, double forge indeedy. These units scouting around. A little scary here from Spring. Moving his units, but he is going to get some intel that there are no proxy pylons over here. And it was completely worth it, as he didn't have to pay for it. There was no engagement that these units were out of position for. And right now, good old BCNcheddaR's, his army looks relatively small, and I think it's because of this double forge and this robotics facility. He's teching up, while he is also making the probies. We are on 2 base saturation. Most likely fixing for a 3rd base very soon, as we are reaching the 10-minute mark here. Nice little group of units over here. Spring being very active with his individual units, keeping an eye, making sure no individual units of BCNcheddaR's runs amok. Sneaks a pylon in there, gets a little more scouting information than he wants them to. Observer keeping a keen eye. So you see the Mariners running after him. 2 volleys are going to be more than enough. Hates shopping. I don't know, man. There's a lot of different ways people shop, and I don't know. I don't really enjoy shopping in general, I guess. First medevacs will be out at just about 12 minutes into the game here. Keep in mind, we did open up with a Turax concussive shell. Your average 2 medevacs will probably pop out about anywhere from 9 to 9:30. But with this Turax, the first medevacs are going to pop out at just about 11:30 to 12 minutes. So it does push back the tech a little bit. If you survive a Turax and you want to go ahead and possibly catch your opponent without medevacs, go ahead and hit before the 12-minute mark. Make sure to scout out the timing though, so that you're absolutely sure. You want to punish him for not having that tech available quite yet. 2 Colossus are down. 1 medevac moving around the world. Let's see where he's going, mister. Almost swooping around the 4th, and he's gonna be able to hop between the main and the 3rd. 2 cannons going down. I'm not sure if that'll be enough. Let's see if that timing works out. See if those cannons warp in time. Sexual. Clothes are not fun. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can dig it. Little Spring doing what damage he can. This Colossus is going to take a lot of hits to take out that Marauder. That took about 5 hits from a Colossus. And the 3rd is going to be saved. However, we did see some prong attacking, I think. Yeah, some prong attacking going down here. Let's go ahead and look at the income as BCNcheddaR just went down to just about 1 base saturation, getting his probies back on the mark. Right now, 57 harvesters to 48, just about a 10 supply differentiation going down there. But BCNcheddaR still at a big supply lead here. Alright, looks like both players are moving into a late game scenario here. Right now, Spring being the aggressor, trying to get his opponent behind on the worker count while BCNcheddaR is sitting pretty. You see the High Templar tech on the way. Zealot speed and +1/1, +2/2 also on the way. A lot of upgrades going down, but also a lot of units, a lot of bio ball for Spring as he is grabbing his third. The third is going to be a planetary fortress. Everyone's sitting pretty. Whoops. You see the armory going down, which means we are going to have more than +1/+1. Actually, we're not. Well, right now we don't have any upgrades. Actually, this could possibly be for I would think maybe a mech, a tech switch into mech, or perhaps something crazy. I'm gonna find out exactly what that armory's for, because if we do see the upgrades, well, I guess it's for the. Well, I guess it'll just be in time so we can get +2. We'll see if that's used for anything else. Third base is getting on its way to saturation. Storm is halfway on the way. So we do see the proxy pylon getting sniffed out by Spring. Spring has sprung. Little safety DT turret going down right at the main ramp for the natural and the main. Have this third. We'll be left with the planetary fortress to defend it. Fourth expansion is going down for good old BCNcheddaR's armies. Looking big. The supply is 148 to 184. However, if we look at the production tab, 69 probes versus 61 for Spring, 61 SCVs. So that means about 10 of the supply is workers, meaning BCNcheddaR's army is looking a little small right now. However, it is extremely powerful. 3 Colossus is a great amount to stop at, and about 5 Stormtroopers. There's a lot of storms in the bank right now. 75 for a storm. All of them will have almost just about 1 for this engagement. Do we have any ghosts in here? We don't have any ghosts. We have a Viking. We have the Vikings though for the Colossus. This is going to become a positioning battle. Spring wants to take out these Colossus, but he also wants to engage on open ground here. BCNcheddaR moving forward. A lot of his army are zealots, which means that they are going to be AFK from any kind of engagement with cliffs involved. Units stim and retreat. Vikings. This zealot says, "Come back, buddy. Let me at him. Let me at him." And now he's sad. Fourth expansion also going down for Spring. Spring has sprung. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that. It just sounds right. Oh, buddy. Alright, let's keep an eye on these worker tabs. 70 probes to 61 SCVs right now. A nice count for both players as they are officially in the late game scenario, but who has the late game army exactly? BCNcheddaR very careful. He's stopping again, replenishing, or actually he didn't lose any Colossus. You see a few Archons in the mix here, and this big line of units. We'll see how much damage these storms do. And once the zealots are done, oh, so many storms going everywhere. It looks like the Vikings are going to be able to deal with these Colossus, just about taking almost all of them out. But the supply count is dwindling for Spring as his army is starting to get overrun now. Upgrades are in the background for Spring. It isn't over, but will BCNcheddaR move forward and try and end it now, or will he just go ahead and macro up, showing us the power of Warp Gate tech? We are at 120 to 140 supply, but still keep in mind, as we look at the units tab here, about 10 of that supply. Well, actually now it's just